What is up, guys? I'm Breeze2gv. We are back with some more Naruto online and some Breeze talk. Yeah. Now, before we start this video, I just recorded this video. I just recorded a 20-minute video, and the freaking mic wasn't working. I looked down, my freaking mic level wasn't moving. I was like, don't tell me I just recorded this whole video and no audio at all. And I looked, no freaking audio. I have to record this all over again, 20 more minutes. I had everything I wanted to say, said everything perfectly. Now I have to remember what I said just to tell you guys now. God, I hate when that happens, when the freaking, it just wasn't, mic just didn't come on for some reason. I had to re-plug it in and all that crap. But hopefully you guys hear me now, see the levels going. Let's get right into the story. Let me remember what else, freaking how I even started. Oh man. Alright, so in this story, once upon a time, there was a boy named Breeze. And he couldn't eat anything after 12 o'clock at night. I couldn't eat anything after 12 o'clock. I couldn't drink anything after 12 o'clock before I had to have my surgery. So I was super thirsty and super hungry when I finally got to go to the hospital. I had to go to the hospital around 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock in the morning. And so when we finally start to leave to go to the hospital, we was taking a freeway or wherever, and the freeway was freaking jammed. It was just super slow. Everybody was basically stopped in the freeway. So we took this other path that it's like this, we call it the canyon. It's called the canyon, and it's basically in the mountains, and it's like mountains and farms and stuff that people live at. And it's like this one road. There's one road going this way and one road going that way, and it's like a shortcut through where you need to go instead of taking a freeway. And so we took that. I like going through that way because you get to see all different animals in there. They got freaking bulls in there. They got freaking, you know, regular cows. They got donkeys walking around. A whole bunch of donkeys walking around. Yeah, it's a little bit dangerous because the donkeys be crossing the street and people be hitting donkeys and messing up their cars and even dying. So you have to be careful when you're going through there. But it's a whole bunch of donkeys walking around. Horses, people riding horses. I saw some freaking turkeys. I haven't saw that yet. So I saw turkeys when I went. I was like, hey, well, shoot, people getting all kinds of animals. This is about to turn into a real farm. It's not like a farm, but it's like this road just has people. Because where I live is like in a desert. I live in a desert type area, so a lot of space, and people got like just animals and stuff on this canyon road. So it's pretty cool seeing all the freaking animals every time I go through there. But we finally got to the hospital. When we got there, we got there exactly the time we needed to be there. It was 9 o'clock, so we got there just in time. Because even that canyon was packed up too, and all the bunch of cars packed up. But it was still a little bit faster than the freeway way, so we got there just in time. So when we got there, we had to wait like, I don't know, maybe like 30 minutes to an hour before they call us up to the room so they could get me ready and all that stuff. So we had to wait like an hour there. And then they finally called us up there, and you know, you had to get all naked. You had to get butt naked and put on this freaking the robe thing. You had to put that on. The lady gave me an IV. The doctor came in there and talked to me and told me what they was gonna do. You know, they had to go through the leg vein, I guess, like that. And instead of what I think I told you guys, they shocked the heart, but he told me he has to do like some radio waves type thing, and it kills a part of the heart that's beating weird, like not burns it, but I don't know, make it stop working or something. I don't know what to explain it, what he said, but he basically stops that part, and the rest of the heart, it just works perfectly except that part he poked or whatever. So he told me he was gonna do all that stuff, and then he told me the freaking operating room, freaking lights in there is all out. All the lights are out, so they had to get the freaking lights in the operating room fixed. So he told me that was gonna be like an hour to 2 to 3 hours just to fix the freaking lights. And then I had a patient ahead of me, so I had to wait for that, and then I had to wait for him to operate on this person that has to get ready and prepped and all that stuff, and then operated on. So the time I finally got to get operated on, it was 4 o'clock p.m. I went in there at 9 o'clock a.m. and I finally got to go get my operation at 4 o'clock when they came to get me. I had to wait like 7 hours just to get my freaking procedure done because the lights went out in the freaking operating room. Because if the lights went out, he would have been like operating on that guy, and then I got there and I probably had to wait like an hour or 2 hours, and it'd have been my turn. I had to wait 7 freaking hours, man. 7 hours. So when they finally came and got me, I was like in this. They took me like this upstairs. First I was in this one room, and that room closed down because it took so long. That room was already like, you know, that I guess the end of their shifts and all that stuff. So they're leaving. So they took me to a different room upstairs where I had to wait. At least they had TV, so I got to watch some Discovery Channel and History Channel while I waited. So I got to watch some American Pickers. If you ever guys watched that TV show, I watched that TV show at home. That TV show was on. So I just basically watched American Pickers until it was my freaking time. So they finally came and got me. They took me back there in the white room with all the lights and cameras and TVs and big old machines you move around over your body. The big white room. So they took me back there. They laid me on the cold metal table, and then they started putting these cold metal patches on my back, like these big old patches that's like I don't know, like this size, like length from my hand, bottom, basically my hand size. They put that on my back on both sides. They put some at the bottom. They put some little ones, and they're like super cold. It's like somebody put some ice on your back, like just a block of ice on your back. That's what they did. They put that on my back. I was like, why is it so freaking cold, man? This is freaking cold. And it was like, I guess germs don't like the cold, so they say that's why I guess they keep it in like a freezer or something like that. So they put that on my back. They put some on my chest, my stomach, my sides, my arms, my legs. It was everywhere. So I had to get freaking basically ice all over my freaking body, basically. So as they put that on, this one freaking old lady. This old lady, I do not like this lady. Because, I'm gonna tell you why. The lady comes over there. She says, oh, we're gonna need another IV. Because I got an IV when I was in the waiting room. When they took me back when I first got there, they put an IV in me. It was pretty easy. She just poked me, went in, simple. This lady was like, all right, we're gonna need an IV. We're gonna need, you know, a little bit bigger one. I was like, you can't use this one? She was like, no, we're gonna need more than one IV. So I was like, all right, they usually put more than one IV in me anyway. So she got the needle and all that stuff, and she puts the needle in. I'm thinking it's gonna be like a regular IV one, because sometimes people miss. They have to take it out and poke me again. I hate that. But this lady, he puts the IV in. Or first, let me tell you this part. She was joking around with her coworker. It was a guy coworker, and when she said she needed to put an IV in, he was like, "Don't listen to her. She don't know what she's doing." And she was like, "I know what I'm doing. I've been working here before you was even born," and stuff like that to the guy. And he was like, "No, don't listen to her. She's been working here for like a day. That's how long she been working here." And so in my head, I was like, whatever. They're just joking around, blah blah blah. She freaking, as she put the IV in, I'm thinking, okay, she put the IV in. She must have got it, blah blah blah. She's gonna take it out, you know, tape it up and all that stuff. Freaking, all I feel is some extreme pain in my wrist. I'm looking at her like, what are you doing? And she's just trying to get this freaking IV, and she was like, oh, it's moving around. Then she tried to kind of blame me like I'm moving. I'm sitting here still. Lady, don't freaking blame me because you can't get the freaking IV. She's over here like, oh, when you move around, it moves. I ain't moving. I'm sitting here waiting for you to put the freaking IV in, and she's over here moving the needle, giving me freaking pain, not getting it. And then it's like 5 minutes later, she's still trying to get one freaking vein right there with the freaking long needle, like this long in my wrist, moving it around. oh my god, I was in my head, I was like, this lady do not know what the heck she's doing. It don't take 5 minutes to put a freaking IV in. The freaking nurse in the lower level rooms freaking put the IV in like that, and this lady supposed to be a nurse that works in operating rooms, and she can't put a freaking IV in. So she finally takes the IV out. It's all bleeding. I can see the freaking blood. She gets another needle, and she's gonna try it on the other side of my freaking wrist. Like, if you didn't get it on that side, why would you try it on the other side of my wrist? And I was like, why don't you just put it in my freaking arm? People usually get the IV easy there. I'm trying to make it simple for her. And she was like, I don't really like going in the arm because you have to move it around a lot and blah blah blah. And so she finally was like, all right, let me check, because she sucked at her job. And she finally puts the IV in my arm. She gets that one pretty easy. But the thing is, like, when she's squeezing, like, because after they put the IV in, they squeeze some stuff to make sure it's working. All I can feel is burn. And you're not supposed to feel burn when all they putting in is water, because they put like this water stuff, you know, to hydrate you and stuff like that. So when she's putting that in, it's like stinging, and I'm like, man, that don't supposed to burn. I've been in the hospital a lot of times, and people done that a lot, and that's not supposed to burn. And my arm was just all sore. And as you see here, this is what she did right here. You see this? All this is this lady from putting it in my arm right there. This big old bruise on my arm. And it still hurts to this day. It still hurts. It hurts. Here's my vein, like right here, all the way to right here. This vein hurts. I didn't like that lady at all. She didn't know what she was doing. Now I got this big old bruise on my arm, and this ain't even over. After she finally gets the stupid IV in, another doctor comes in. I guess a higher ranked doctor. This dude comes in, and he tells me, "Oh, we're gonna need another vein or another IV." I was like, man, I have an IV here and an IV here. You don't see this? IV here. He was like, yeah, but we're gonna need one in your main artery vein. I think that's what they call artery vein. You know when people like slit their wrists and all that stuff, those people, that vein, they had to put it in that vein. So, and I guess it's a bigger needle. So, cause he needed to numb the arm. He said I have to numb it first with this numbing medication, which is another needle. So basically 4 pokes once I got down there. So basically he got this numbing medication. He stuck that in my arm, in my wrist, because he had to put it in my wrist. And that burned, because that was like a burning feeling all over my wrist. And then all of a sudden my hand, you know, I couldn't feel my hand anymore, my arm, because he numbed it. And then he put the needle in my artery, I guess. No, artery, is it called artery? I don't even know. The vein, the main vein. He put the big needle in that main vein, and this is how my wrist looks now. You see the bruise right there? Right here, right here, right here. See that? You just look at this. I'm guessing this is where the IV was, and I think this is where he put the other needle to numb freaking arm. Kind of feels numb now. Did he break my wrist? He probably broke my wrist. My wrist is messed up. So I got a bruise here, a bruise here, and that I ain't even get the surgery yet. I'm still they just prepping me for the dang surgery, and I'm like in my head, put me to freaking sleep so I don't have to feel all this pain from these doctors that just, at least that lady that don't know what she's doing. The doctor that gave me this, he did that pretty easily, but it was just painful, you know, the burn, and then he had to put the other bigger needle in. So finally they lay me down. They put the little mask thing over my face to breathe, and they told me, oh, we're gonna put you to sleep now. I'm just staring at the wall. I wasn't too worried. I got a little nervous towards when they was about to put me to sleep. A little tear came out. They got a little nervous, and then after I just like, all right, let's think about something else. Let's not think about this. I started thinking about what kind of videos I'm gonna do when I get home. I just started thinking about YouTube stuff. Like, all right, I'm gonna make this video. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and then, oh, I'm gonna build this and I'm gonna build that. I just started thinking about other stuff that makes me happy instead of thinking about what's happening right now. And I was staring at the ceiling. And then when they told me I'm about to put the give you the anesthesia. I was all thinking in my head, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to remember this. I'm gonna try to look at the ceiling and remember that part where I'm actually like falling asleep and see if I can remember it. So when I was thinking of that, all I can remember is I woke up. I woke up and the procedure was done. I was like, oh, damn it. I wanted to sit there and remember that. I can never remember that part where you're like falling asleep, like that part. I can remember when they tell you and when you wake up, but you can never remember the part where you're like dozing off. I never remember that part. That's the part I wanted to remember, is me dozing off and all that stuff, but I can't remember it. All I remember is she telling me that, and I woke up. So, procedure's done. When I woke up, my freaking arm was sore. I had 2 IVs in my hand. My back and stuff was sore because laying on a metal table. My throat was sore because they put a tube down my throat to help me breathe while I was asleep. My shoulders were sore because, you know, I was stiff and I couldn't move. And then when you wake up, because they go through your leg to shock your heart and whatever, so they go through basically another IV in your leg, but that one they take out before you wake up. But they go to your leg and they patch it up. So I had this big old patch around my leg, and I couldn't move. I wasn't allowed to move for 6 hours. So I had to sit straight in my bed for 6 hours, laying flat back for 6 hours, and I'm not allowed to move. So that made my body hurt a lot more because my body's hurting in this position, but I can't move. That I'm not allowed to until 6 hours for my leg to heal up so I can move. Because if I move and my leg is not healed and it opens up, that's my main vein, and all the blood's gonna start squirting out and all that stuff. So can't move. I had to sit there and just 6 hours, and my whole body was just super sore and pain. And then had to stay there for a whole day. Had to sleep in the hospital. Had to stay there for a night. It wasn't too bad. I didn't really get any sleep. I only slept like an hour. I went to sleep at 5 o'clock. Woke up at 7 because that's when they bring in a breakfast at 7. So they basically woke me up. I only got 1 hour of sleep. Well, I got a lot of sleep because I was, put to sleep with the anesthesia, so I got sleep. But for real sleep, I only slept for like an hour. And then next day, like around 10, I got to talk to the doctor. He said everything went all right. He was able to get what he needed to get, because remember I told you guys last time he couldn't make my heart do what it wanted to do, so he can find the part he needs to fix. This time he found the part he needed to fix. He got that part. Now it's just a waiting game and see how my heart responds to this for a couple of months, and see how it goes, and see if they need to change anything or do anything and all that stuff. So far I'm feeling right, okay. Once in a while I feel my heart beat weird for a little bit, but it's like a couple of seconds. So right now I'm feeling fine. I'm good. So all you guys who was worrying and wish me luck, I'm better now. I'm feeling better. Hopefully it helps me get a lot better. And that's basically my hospital story. They said I went home, my mom came pick me up. I got to give me a big, large chili cheese fries with pastrami and onions, like I like it. My favorite food, when people be asking what's my favorite food, is chili cheese fries with onions and pastrami, if I could get it, because pastrami costs a lot. But the thing is, the place we went to get the freaking chili cheese fries try to get us. They try to scam us right there, because we ordered a large chili cheese fries with pastrami and onions, right? So we ordered that. It cost $10 for that. Usually where I live, they're usually around $8. This one cost $10. So I got that. They hand us the food. My mom's in the front seat. I'm in the back seat. I'm tired, half days and stuff. Before she handed it to me, I'm like, check the chili cheese fries, because make sure pastrami and onions is on it, because we live far from where we about to drive, and we go home and there's nothing on it. We just paid $10 and they didn't give us our onions and chili cheese fries. I guess she didn't hear me. She handed me the chili cheese fries, and she started to pull off, so I opened it up. I was like, hey ma, there's no onions and pastrami on the chili cheese fries. It's just cheese and fries and chili. And she was like, what? I was like, there's no freaking pastrami on it. And we look at the receipt. It says pastrami, or it says chili cheese fries with pastrami and onions, $10. So this place seems like they do this often. You order like something like that, and they give you just the chili cheese fries. So when you get home, I guess most people don't want to drive all the way back to fix it, and they'll just eat what they got. But we was like, nah, we going back into this place to get our freaking pastrami and onions, and we took it in there. I guess they got upset with my mom. I was like, how do you gonna get upset with my mom when you guys didn't freaking make the order right? So they gave me some freaking pastrami, just a little pastrami in the middle, which already pissed me off. I'm paying $10 and they give you a little pastrami, just a little bit of pastrami in the middle. I was like, man, I ain't never coming back to this place. It tastes good, but I ain't never coming back to that, wherever that place was, because they a little scammy over there. They're a little scammy. So I'm not going back to that place. But at least I got some chili cheese fries. I got to go home, lay in my bed, my cold room, my soft bed, eat my chili cheese fries, and just relax and fall asleep, because I finally got to get some sleep after that. My sleep schedule kind of got back where it was, because you guys know I fall asleep around 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning. Since I didn't get that much sleep, last night I went to sleep around 1 o'clock, so hopefully this fixes my sleep schedule a little bit and I can make more videos, because sometimes I wake up around 12 o'clock in the morning, so I don't get a chance to make as many videos as I want to. But that's going to be it for my hospital story. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video in the background. It should be Naruto MATSURI Arena or something like that. I only got to try it once. I recorded that before I went to the hospital, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video in the back. Hope you guys enjoyed my story. Before we go, let's try to get to 5,000 subscribers. That's our goal. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button. If you did not, hit that like button. Anywhere, stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. I said Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video.